Hello again. My name is Claire. I'm 9 years old. Today I am reading the part 2 of this book. It was the last part of this. And remember I was read in these pages, remember? Now turn into the new pages. Okay, let's read it. It was getting dark. The duckling found a little cottage. It was very old, and the door was falling off. Ooh! This left a gap just big enough for the duckling to creep inside out of the cold. I think inside of that cottage the duck will live in it. Uh-oh. An old woman lived in the cottage. She had a cat which could purr and a hen which laid eggs. They found the ugly duckling in the morning. The old woman said, "Sorry, you can stay. Now we shall have duck eggs." Duck eggs? But that is just a little duckling. It cannot lay eggs. So the duckling stayed, but he did not lay eggs. Yes, that's my fault. He was just a little duckling, so he cannot do anything. He just need to eat. But this stories I didn't see the author writes about he eating something. The cat said to him, "Can you purr?" "No," said the duckling. The hen said, "Can you lay eggs?" "No," said the duckling sadly. "Then you must go," said the cat and the hen. Cat and hen, listen to me. That is just a little duckling. It cannot lay eggs, even purr. It's not a cat to purr, and it's not a big swans to laying eggs like you, hen. So this duckling need to stay too warm. The ugly duckling went away again. He walked in the marshes and floated on the water. Everyone he went, birds and animals said, "How big and ugly you are." But I still saw him and he looked pretty cute. Winter was coming. The leaves had dropped from the trees. The ground was cold and hard, and the duckling has nowhere to stay. How about this grass? He could stay in it and sleep. One evening, a flock of birds flew overhead. They were beautiful white swans with long necks. "I wish I was like that," said the duckling. "When you grow up, you can be like the swans." The winter grew colder. The duckling has to pick at the ice to find water. But this is snow. One night he was so tired, he fell asleep on the ice. He needs something warm to sleep. In the morning, the farmer found the He took him home for his wife to look after. Here his wife. I think his wife is making some bread or cookies. It must be cookies. When the duckling was better, the farmer's children wanted to play with him. He was frightened and tried to run away from them. Ooh, want to play? But play carefully with this duckling. He flew into a milk churn and then landed on the barrel of flour. The children laughed and tried to catch him. The duckling ran far away. Careful, my little duckling, you can fall down. He hid among reeds in the marsh all through the long, cold winter. When the warm spring sun came, the duckling spread his wings. They were strong winds now, and he flew high into the air. Oh my gosh! Now a little ugly duckling, this one, turned into a beautiful white swans. He flew over the canal and saw 3 beautiful swans. As he landed, the duckling saw himself in the water. He was not an ugly duckling at all. He was a beautiful white swan. Come with us, said the other swans, and he did. The end of this book. Ooh, look, there was a lot of stories in there. Some days I and my dad will buy all of them. Do I need to sit with you all stories or no? I think you don't need to know. Okay, making a shortcut from them of stories. Not to just make part 2. I need to make part 1, even part 2. Okay, let's make it. One day, the mother duck was laid many eggs. Then all the eggs has cracked, but one more big egg was not cracked. The mother duck sat on again a little bit longer, then go out. Then the ugly duckling that big eggs has cracked to an ugly duckling. Then mother duck says, "Oh dear, why did you so ugly?" Then some more days else, they go swimming. All go swimming, and someday more else, all the duck teasing the ugly duckling. He was so sad, so he ran away to the great marsh. And some wild duck see, and they says, "Why are you very fat and ugly?" He was so sad, and he was nowhere to go. He ran away from the great marsh. So it was going to winter. and it's getting to have snow. The ugly duckling was so need water. He used his beak to peck to take water, but he was so tired, so he fell asleep. Then at the morning, he saw the cottage. He goes in the cottage and he sees a cat, a hen, and a woman old woman stayed in it. A woman saw the ugly duckling and said, "You can stay here to lay some eggs." The ugly duckling stayed in, but he not laid eggs. Then he need to go. Then he was and the snow was more and more. Like this was the snow, then more snow on and on and on. So the duckling was very tired. He fell asleep and he didn't know where he are. And the farmer saw the ugly duckling and he take it to his house to let the wife look after him. When he was better, the farmer's children want to play with him. He was scared and he flew away. And the spring comes. The spring comes. And the ugly duckling spread up the wings with white feathers, and he fly. When he landed on the great marsh, he sees some other pretty, beautiful swans, and he looked down the marshes. He was the beautiful swans, and the other swans says, "Come with us," and he did. The end. Goodbye.